Hey everyone, and welcome. So, if you're running a business in India, you're probably dealing with digital signatures all the time. But here's a question. Are you absolutely sure you're doing it right? Is that scanned signature you just pasted onto a contract actually legit? What's the real difference between a simple e-sign and a proper digital signature? Getting this wrong can be a huge headache, so today we're going to cut through all that noise and give you a straightforward, compliant guide. Let's get into it. Okay, let's kick things off with the million-dollar question that everybody asks. You've just scanned your handwritten signature, you've dropped it onto a PDF contract, and you've hit send. Done, right? Is that legally binding? Well, the short answer, it's complicated. And honestly, getting this wrong can have some pretty serious consequences. So let's clear this up once and for all. So here's the game plan for today. First, we're going to decode what a digital signature really is. Then we'll look at the actual laws that give it its power. After that, we'll see how it can totally transform your business operations. I'll walk you through a simple implementation playbook. And finally, we'll take a quick look at the paperless future. All right, first things first, let's really break down what a digital signature even is. This is all about understanding the pretty cool technology that actually makes your digital documents secure, verifiable, and trustworthy. This slide really hits the nail on the head. On the left, you've got the heavyweight champion, the Digital Signature Certificate, or DSC. Think of this as the gold standard. It uses some heavy-duty cryptography, which makes it legally enforceable and basically tamper-proof. Now on the right, you have electronic and scanned signatures. An electronic sign could be just you typing your name or clicking I agree. A scanned signature? It's literally just a picture. The crucial difference here is security. These are way less secure and can be easily copied or manipulated. So what is a true digital signature then? Well, it's a very specific cryptographic method. It uses something called public key infrastructure, or PKI for short. The easiest way to think about PKI is as a super trustworthy, high-tech security system for the digital world. It's what makes a digital signature so much more than an image. It turns it into a secure, verifiable, and legally binding seal. So how does this magic actually work? It's basically like a super secure digital lock and key system, and it has three main parts. First, the signer has a private key. This is their unique personal key that they use to lock or sign the document. Then, the recipient uses the matching public key, which is available to anyone, to unlock and verify that signature. And the glue that holds it all together? That's the digital certificate. Think of it like a digital passport, issued by a government-approved authority that proves you are who you say you are. This technology gives us what I like to call the three pillars of trust. First, you have identity. You know with certainty who signed that document. Second, you have integrity. You know for a fact the document hasn't been changed one bit since it was signed. And third, my personal favorite, non-repudiation. It's a fancy word, but it just means that the signer can't turn around later and say, nope, wasn't me. This is your legal armor. It's what gives digital signatures their real power in court. Okay, so we get the tech. It's cool, it's secure, but what really gives it teeth? The law. All this amazing tech doesn't mean a thing without a strong legal framework to back it up. So let's see why the law is very much on your side here. And let me tell you, in India, that framework is rock solid. The Information Technology Act of 2000 makes it crystal clear. A proper digital signature has the exact same legal status as a handwritten one, period. And on top of that, the Old School Evidence Act of 1872 was updated to confirm that digitally signed documents are admissible as evidence in court. The law couldn't be clearer. In fact, it's not just legal. In a whole bunch of cases, it's actually mandatory. We're talking non-negotiable. For any business in India, you have to use them for your income tax and GST filings, for your MCA filings, and for things like EPFO submissions, e-tendering, and major bank agreements. This isn't just a nice-to-have anymore, it's often the law. All right, so they're secure, they're legal, but what does this actually mean for your business day-to-day? How does it make your life easier and your company better? Let's talk about powering up your business operations. Let's take a look at a real-world example, and let's start with a department that is often drowning in paperwork: human resources. Just think about it for a second. All those appointment letters, the mountain of onboarding documents, NDAs, policy acceptances, contractor agreements. HR processes can be sped up massively. No more printing, no more couriers, no more waiting around for a signed paper to come back. You can get a new hire onboarded securely and legally in minutes. Not days, not weeks, minutes. Okay, now let's jump over to another super critical part of your business: finance and taxation. This is where security and compliance are absolutely everything. Here, digital signatures are a total game changer for securing vendor agreements, purchase orders, and big loan documents. And like we talked about, they are absolutely required for your statutory filings like GST and income tax returns. This just streamlines everything while adding a serious layer of armor against potential fraud. And this right here, this table just sums up the whole value proposition perfectly. You get these massive regulatory benefits. You're automatically compliant with the IT Act. You get huge operational wins like way faster turnaround times and lower costs, which is a lifesaver for remote teams. And maybe most importantly, you're slashing your risk by eliminating forgery and guaranteeing authenticity. It's a true win-win-win. Okay, so you're sold, you see the value, but where on earth do you even start? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Welcome to your implementation playbook, a simple, clear guide to getting this done the right way. It really boils down to just 4 key steps. First, choose the right type of signature for the job. Not all are created equal. Second, and this is non-negotiable, only use platforms from government-licensed certifying authorities like eMudra or Sci-Fi. Third, make sure whatever system you use keeps a detailed audit trail. We're talking timestamps, IP addresses, the works. And finally, train your team. They need to know how to use these tools properly and securely. Now, just as important as what to do is knowing what not to do. Seriously, avoid these mistakes like the plague. Stop using scanned signatures for anything legally important. Never, and I mean ever, share your DSC tokens. That's like handing someone your signed blank checkbook. Don't use shady, unlicensed tools, and please, keep an eye on those expiry dates and renew your certificates. These little mistakes can create huge legal. So, where is all this technology heading? Let's wrap up by looking ahead, because let's be real, the future is only going to get more and more paperless. And there are some seriously cool trends just around the corner. We're talking about AI that can verify signatures on the fly, integrating biometrics like your fingerprint for even stronger proof of identity, and even using blockchain to create smart contracts that are basically unhackable. The entire world of corporate compliance is moving full steam ahead towards being fully paperless. To bring it all home, this quote just nails it. Digital signatures have gone from being a cool, optional extra to an absolute must-have. They're a legal necessity for sure, but they're also a massive operational advantage for any modern business. The question for you isn't if you should adopt them, but how quickly you can make them a core part of your business. I really hope this has given you the clarity and confidence to do just that.